Cod fishing is an important fishing activity, taking place mainly in the cold waters of the North Atlantic and North Pacific Oceans, where this species lives in high densities. Fishermen often use many different methods to catch cod, the most common of which are bottom trawling, hand lines and long lines, depending on the area, weather and fishing regulations. In the process of catching cod by bottom trawling, specialized fishing vessels, large in size, are equipped with modern radar, sonar and GPS systems to locate schools of fish on the deep sea floor. When reaching the fishing area, fishermen drop the net into the sea. The net is designed to drag close to the bottom, has a wide mouth and a funnel that gradually narrows towards the net bag, helping to collect fish inside as the boat moves. Trawls are usually large in size, heavy and controlled by a system of steel cables and electronic winches. The trawling process can take hours, depending on the seabed topography and the abundance of cod in the area. Once the net is hauled aboard, fishermen quickly sort the fish by size, removing any that do not meet standards or are undesirable, and then place the cod in a cold storage system to preserve their freshness. Another method is longline fishing, which is favored by many fishermen because it minimizes the impact on the seabed environment and helps keep the fish in a more intact condition. In this method, ships drop a main line several dozen kilometers long, with thousands of hooks attached, each with bait such as herring or squid to attract the cod. After a certain period of time, the line is pulled up manually or by an automatic reeling system, and each hooked cod is removed, inspected, and processed on board. In addition, some modern ships also use a bottom trap system that is placed permanently under the sea for many days. Then collected to collect the cod. All of these fishing methods require the coordinated efforts of a skilled team of fishermen, the ability to withstand harsh weather conditions and strict adherence to regulations on fishery protection, to ensure the sustainability of a cod fishery that is increasingly under pressure from overfishing and climate change in addition to traditional and modern fishing techniques. Cod fishing also depends on timing and a deep understanding of the biological habits of this fish species. Cod often migrate seasonally to spawn and find food sources, so fishermen must closely monitor their migration cycles. Peak fishing season usually falls in winter and early spring, when cod move closer to shorter spawn. This is also the time when the number of fish is concentrated, helping to increase fishing efficiency. Before each sea trip, the captain and crew members will hold meetings to analyze oceanographic data, weather forecasts and information from previous fishing trips to determine areas where cod schools are likely to appear. Cod fishing vessels today are often equipped with quick freezing systems and mini processing plants right on board. After the fish are caught, they are cleaned, gutted, washed with cold seawater and quickly frozen at sub-zero temperatures to preserve the freshness and quality of the meat. Some vessels also process cod into products such as fillets, slices or dried at sea, reducing the burden of transportation and storage when ashore. In addition to technical factors, cod fishing must also strictly comply with international and local regulations, including catch quotas, minimum catch sizes and prohibited fishing areas during the spawning season. Fisheries management organizations such as NAFO, Northwest Atlantic Fisheries Organization, or national agencies such as NOAA of the United States regularly inspect and monitor fishing vessel activities using satellite positioning systems and report real-time catches. If a vessel violates regulations, it may be subject to heavy fines, bans or revocation of its license. Another important factor is the cooperation between countries with overlapping maritime zones to protect transboundary cod stocks. International agreements on resource sharing, fishing control and marine ecological conservation have been signed to ensure that these resources are not seriously depleted. Thanks to the combination of science, technology, fishermen's skills and strict management policies, the cod fishery is gradually moving towards sustainable development, not only bringing economic benefits but also contributing to the conservation of marine biodiversity for future generations in addition. The life and work of cod fishermen are also an inseparable part of this whole process. The trips often last for weeks, even months, in harsh weather conditions with strong winds, high waves, ice and snow, and freezing cold. In seas such as the Barents, Newfoundland or off the coast of Alaska, temperatures can drop below -30 degrees Celsius, making all operations on deck dangerous and difficult. Fishermen must wear thick protective clothing, cold-resistant gloves, helmets and always stay alert to avoid accidents when operating machinery or when nets and fishing lines are pulled up. Each working day on board usually lasts from 14 to 20 hours, with almost no days off, because time at sea is precious and it is necessary to make the most of the opportunity when fish still appear, during their air-free time. Fishermen rest in small cabins inside the boats, eat frozen or canned food and try to stay in touch with their families via radio or satellite. Despite the hardship, many fishermen still stay at sea because the income from cod fishing is quite high, especially when the output is stable and the price of cod on the international market remains good. Cod is a high-end seafood product, popular in Europe, North America and Japan, with great commercial value, especially when processed into smooth white fillets or made into traditional dishes such as bacalhau, fish and chips or Norwegian snow soup. Therefore, not only traditional fishing vessels but also modern industrial fleets have appeared. With high automation technology, the ability to operate for long periods of time and of wastewater treatment systems, protecting the marine environment. However, the massive expansion of the cod fishing industry has also led to serious consequences in the past. When some major fishing grounds such as the Grand Banks off the coast of Canada were overfished to the point of exhaustion in the 1990s, the Canadian government had to issue a complete ban on cod fishing for many years to restore the fish stocks. This lesson is a clear demonstration of the importance of responsible fishing and balancing economic benefits with environmental protection. Currently, Many countries have applied the MSC, Marine Stewardship Council, certification system for sustainably caught cod products, thereby encouraging consumers to choose products with transparent origins, legal fishing and friendly to marine ecology. In general, cod fishing is not only an economic activity, but also a symbol of resilience, courage and the close connection between people and the cold ocean, where each catch is not only a trophy but also the result of sweat, sacrifice and aspiration to go out to sea in many coastal communities in countries such as Norway. Iceland, Russia, Canada and the United States. Cod fishing is not only a means of livelihood but also a deep part of culture and national identity. Generations after generations, people in these lands have been attached to the sea, to traditional wooden boats, to days spent drifting in dense fog and frozen seas, where skill, experience and solidarity are vital factors in survival. Children grow up hearing stories of their fathers fishing for cod during blizzards, of voyages of thousands of nautical miles, and of tragic losses when people never returned from a major storm. These spiritual values make cod fishing not just a job but a living heritage. In many localities, people also organize annual cod festivals, where fresh fish are brought to the market, grilled over hot coals. Dried, salted or cooked into traditional dishes, connecting the community and honoring the efforts of brave fishermen. At the same time, the management of cod resources today is no longer the responsibility of one industry or one country alone, but has become a global issue, where scientists, governments, environmental organizations and fishermen must sit together to build sustainable strategies. Modern monitoring systems using satellites, artificial intelligence and deep-sea sensors are being deployed to track cod migration behavior, estimate wild fish stocks and detect key breeding areas that need protection. Biological studies are helping to better understand the growth rate, longevity, spawning time and factors affecting the life cycle of cod, thereby proposing reasonable fishing policies. For example, if the number of hatchlings is low that year, authorities may decide to reduce the catch quota or close a part of the fishing grounds to ensure recovery. Co-management models between the state and fishing communities are also increasingly popular, where local people are directly involved in the decision-making process, monitoring fishing activities, thereby increasing transparency and enforcement. There is no denying that today's cod fishery has entered a new era, where technology, science and environmental responsibility must go hand in hand with traditional maritime spirit. It is thanks to this combination that cod, the iconic fish of the cold northern seas, continues to be present on the dinner tables of millions of people around the world, still retains its great economic value, and more importantly, remains a testament to the complex but inseparable relationship between humans and the ocean. The development of the cod fishing industry has also led to a large supporting economic ecosystem. Including fishing ports, processing plants, cold storage, logistics companies, ship repair services, and seafood export markets. In major port cities such as Tromsø, Norway, Reykjavik, Iceland, or St. John's, Canada, cod is not only a staple product but also a driving force for the development of the local economy for decades. After being caught and processed on board, the cod is transported to factories for further sorting, deboning, filleting, vacuuming and packaging. Here, workers work on highly automated lines, with equipment for cutting, quality inspection and canning according to international standards. These shipments are then exported to major markets such as Europe, Japan and the United States, where cod is consumed in a variety of forms, fresh, frozen, salted, bacalhau, dried or even pre-fried fish balls for the fast food industry. In addition, the viscera, skin and head of the cod are also used to produce fish oil, collagen, animal feed and organic fertilizer, helping to optimize resources and reduce waste. Utilizing the entire body of the cod not only brings additional economic value but is also part of the circular and environmentally friendly development orientation. In addition to the processing factor, cod tourism is also emerging as a special trend in some cold regions. In Norway, tourists from all over flock to the Lofoten Islands to witness the process of cod fishing in winter, participate in traditional fishing tours in wooden boats, or enjoy fresh cod right in the coastal village. These experiences help local people earn additional income from tourism services while preserving the identity and culture of fishermen. On the other hand, education and communication also play an important role in transmitting knowledge about cod to the public. Documentaries about life under the sea, reality series about cod fishermen on the sea ice, or environmental lessons in schools have helped raise public awareness of the importance of protecting this resource. At marine research institutes, international students and scientists are constantly researching to find effective methods of fishing cod without affecting the seabed ecosystem, such as improving trawl design, using friendly biological baits or locating schools of fish using low-frequency sonar to avoid confusion with other species. At the same time, the pressure of climate change is posing new challenges. Global warming is causing sea ice to melt earlier, changing ocean currents and water temperatures, factors that can have a major impact on where and when cod spawn. Some cod populations have begun to migrate further north, to deeper or less fished waters, making fishing less predictable and more expensive. As a result, flexibility and adaptability are becoming vital, not just for fishermen but for the global cod fishery as a whole. In this context, some countries have proactively implemented predictive cod management programs that combine scientific data, ecological models, and practical experience from fishermen to adjust fishing plans from year to year. For example, Norway has built an extremely tight Barents Sea cod monitoring system, with the coordination of the Institute of Marine Research, commercial fleets, and the government. Data collected from fish locators, seabed surveys, and DNA analysis allow managers to accurately estimate cod stocks each season, thereby setting appropriate quotas and avoiding overfishing. What is special is that these quotas are not only fixed, but can also be flexibly adjusted between vessels within the same association, helping to distribute resources more equitably and reduce unfair competition among fishermen. In Iceland, the government has implemented a system of ITQs, individual transferable quotas, individual tradable quotas, to create long-term economic incentives for those who comply with the law and fish sustainably. This system encourages investment in modern equipment, environmentally friendly vessels and fishing techniques that are less harmful to the seabed ecosystem. At the same time, it also helps to gradually screen out inefficient or non-compliant vessels, thereby improving the quality of the entire industry. In addition, international cooperation programs such as the agreement between Russia and Norway on cod sharing in the Barents Sea, or the joint working groups between the EU and Canada, demonstrate the importance of maritime diplomacy and trust building in cross-border resource exploitation. At the global level, the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, FAO, has also developed a set of principles and guidelines for sustainable fishing, with cod often being cited as a prime example of both the successes and failures of modern fisheries. In the near future, some experts also expect the application of biotechnology to breed cod in a controlled environment. Although cod is a widely migratory species and difficult to domesticate, several experimental farms in Norway, Canada and Japan have made initial steps in artificially breeding fish, raising them from larvae to adults in closed tanks, to supplement part of the supply and reduce pressure on